What is up, guys? Coop here, and today we're going to be doing another quick look. Today we're going to be looking at the Elder Scrolls Legends, which is basically their sort of card game. It's very similar to Hearthstone, but it has a lot of different twists and things that makes it very unique compared to some of the other card games you guys have seen out there. Now, with the quick look, we basically just want to look at all the different aspects of the game and kind of show it off. And it's not a full review, but it's just something that where you get a little taste of what the game has to offer. So, Elder Scrolls Legends is a little bit of a different type of card game. Obviously, it's set in the Elder Scrolls sort of universe, and it does have some different mechanics that make it a little bit more unique compared to other card games, which I very much like. I'm very happy about. Now, as for the stuff it actually has here, it has your typical play mode where you can play against other players and ranked and whatnot, and then you get stuff based off of the season at the end of the month, which is super nice. A very nice feature to have. But it also has some PvE modes that are really cool. So similar to how Arena works in Hearthstone, you actually have solo and story mode, which one of the cool things about the story mode is you basically can just go throughout the entire game and play the story mode and get all these free cards and decks as well, which is incredibly helpful, especially because unlike other sort of card games out there where you have to eventually kind of grind with having a really crappy deck, it gives you a lot of cards to offer, and it gives you a little bit of challenge, and it teaches you kind of the mechanics of the game as you play along. So very helpful, and I think the story mode is honestly one of the best features here. So let's actually look at the decks real quick, because the decks and how you do them is a little bit different. So, how the decks actually kind of work out is you have a variety of different ones here. You basically have your red, your blue, your yellow, your green, and your purple. Each have like a little different name, like this is strength, this is intellect, this is willpower, this is agility, and endurance. And then of course you have your multi-attribute, and then you have your neutral cards. So, that's basically how the color system works. However, with the color system, you can actually have up to 2 colors. And now with the new Morrowind expansion, you can have up to 3. So basically how that works is you kind of build your decks around these different colors, and then they have certain aspects to them that are completely different. I'm not going to get fully into every single one because that would just take a hot while, but basically each of these are a little bit different. Agility is a little bit faster. Endurance involves a lot about kind of delaying the game and building up your creatures. Basically they are the king of the end game, because as you can see here, they really increase their magic. As for good old willpower, this is a bunch of like, basically you're the king of the early game and spawning a bunch of creatures at once and buffing up your creatures. Intellect just has a lot of different spells and things that alter different cards. And then of course strength as well. Strength. And as you can see here, all these different little decks here, like Imperial Might, Band of Survivors, Dummer, most of these I actually got just from doing the storyline. I do have one custom deck that I made, but basically that's pretty much how the game works. You get to choose your colors and you build your deck kind of around that. Now you did have your different rarities and things as you go along, and they all have different really cool mechanics, such as Beast Form, which is when you destroy an enemy rune, it makes them have a different effect. Now I'll show you obviously what all that means, because that's probably Greek to you, but let's actually go and dive in. We will do probably a game against a player real quick, and then I'll show you guys the PvE mode as well. Alright, so we will go with just a casual game with my warrior deck. It also does have a rank mode, which is real nice. I really appreciate it, and it's very simple and easy to understand. As you guys can see though, the wait times are not actually that long. I would dare say sometimes they're a little bit faster than Hearthstone, which I'm sure most of you guys have played. So see what we have here. And then one of the things that's really cool is that it actually has a lot of the like cool like text that you guys can read about the Elder Scrolls universe. That's very interesting as well. Some of the stuff I didn't even know, and I'm a big Elder Scrolls fan. So it's actually a really good time to look at this. She's using a deck with multicolors here, and I'm using one with just 2, so she is using a Morrowind stuff. As you can see here, we have some pretty high cost cards, so we're going to get rid of that and just draw some fresh cards here. So we got a decent hand, not a great hand. So how it works is basically I get to go first, and then since she goes second, she has this thing that she can click on every turn to give herself 1 additional mana. She can actually save it for later in the game if she really wants to. Now you have 2 different lanes. You have this lane here and another lane here, and that's basically how it works. Is you can put creatures on this lane or this lane. and you can't have them on both. And this is the shadow lane, so anything that you place on that will automatically be encased in shadow and hard to see. So basically what happens is, like, any creature you spawn here kind of has like stealth, and it gets to hide out for like one whole turn. So what I'm going to do here is put my charge creature here. So charge up. He has Last Grasp, which basically if he dies, he basically puts a 5/5 in my hand, which is super nice. Let's see, at the start of your turn, give an item in your deck +1/+1. So with that guy, we really don't want him around, but I'm going to put a guard creature up to block that, giving us an additional mana, and we'll charge up and hit this person. So as you can see there, he had like a veil around him. I couldn't attack him even if I wanted to, and now the veil goes away. So as you can see here. However, cover creatures do actually pop up. So people with guard and all that basically will show up in the fog. So what I can do here is I will probably just bust out that creature, summon this creature, kill that creature, and we will we'll put this creature down. There we go. So as you can see here, we have a solid state of board. You're starting to see the two lanes, which is kind of nice. Now, one of the things you're going to notice is these little runes around here. And hopefully I can break them and show you real quick what happens with that. Because it's rather interesting. It's a different mechanic that makes it to where even when you're losing, you still have a chance to put up a good fight. Okay. Solid state there. So we'll kill this real quick. Alright, now let me show you what happens when you break a crystal. So when you break a crystal, they actually get to draw a card, which is rather interesting. Now, some of my other cards that have stuff like Prophecy, if you break it while a crystal has been broken or whatever, you draw this, you get to use it for free, which is super interesting and a very nice way of dealing with it. So what we'll do here is we'll put that right there, and we'll put you here. So this gives you an opportunity, even when you're losing, to draw a bunch of cards or build like a Prophecy deck where you're meant to break your cards, and you can put Drain in there, and there's a lot of really cool combos you can do there. Summon means that he gets an effect as soon as he is summoned. So that's that. So that's got a really strong weapon. But it's okay because we have a really strong creature now. Just gonna keep hitting this creature, and we'll give this lethal. So lethal basically allows me to, whatever I attack gets destroyed by this. So we'll just go over and we'll do that. So just in case this creature kills our main creature here, the other one will be able to kill him. Unless he casts like a spell or something that makes us go and get our board cleared here. But one of the things that's really cool is that this game has been very much upgraded since its release. It now has really cool visuals. It used to be kind of a plain map, the music was kind of dull, and there wasn't really that much to offer. However, now the visuals have gotten a little bit better, and everything's a little bit more flashy and not as kind of plain Jane as it once was.
I keep a spare blade in my boot.
So now we have a ongoing support. So basically what this means is if it's ongoing, it's constantly on the board, it constantly has its effect. There's other types of supports that actually have uses that you would click and they would do certain things. So this one, whenever you draw an item, give it a random keyword, which is basically the little bonuses that we have and effects that we have as well. So he's just equipping this, making this guy a real strong individual. But that's okay, we're going to figure out a way to kill him real quick. Actually, we might even be able to, let's see, that's 5, yeah, that's 11. We might actually be able to kill him now. Let me see about breaking this guy's crystals. Okay, so he had no prophecy thing, so we're just gonna kill him. There we go. Bada bing, bada boom. And as you can see here, as you win, you start to level up and you start to get victories, which allow you to get better rewards. Now, one of the things I wanted to also show you guys before we jump into good old story mode to show you the story is you have different bonuses based off of what type of character you pick. So, for example, with the Argonians, as you level up, if you basically play longer games, you get a race reward based off of that. With Bretons, you have it if you deflect more damage. So Dark Elves, each one basically has its own little thing. So if you harness the power of, like, when a creature dies, it does this. You know, spell related. Anything of armies. Khajiit, which is reward from nimbly attacking your opponent. Relentlessly attacking your opponent. Orcs. Weapons. Weaken foes. Argonian. I like the Argonians, just it's more of my type of playstyle, but it's a different way of doing it. And then you also have your different titles, which gives you rewards based off of just doing certain things in the world. So, for example, I won a game while being at 1 life. I have the Adoring Fan card, just a bunch of different things, which is kind of interesting, and it gives you like a little flavor and gives you more rewards than most card games out there. So, which is awesome. And then you have your different ways of looking at your collection. They have multiple expansions now, which is super nice. If I actually go in here, we can do... Let me show you guys this. So they have all the different sort of expansions here. They have the multi-set bundles, which of course is like if you want to pay for it. If you want to buy some stuff, which comes with 6 random cards, which is pretty nice. Here's a Skyrim, and of course the classic set. But the classic set you already get a lot of cards with. As you can see there, I haven't really even bought any card packs, and I already have a lot of different cards. So we're going to do the story mode. There might be a little minor spoilers ahead, but that's going to be okay. Also, there is quests for this game. Right now I just have complete Act 3. Usually you have like a lot more quests as time goes on. Right now I kind of completed all of them, so there's really not much for me to do. But basically it's similar to how Hearthstone is. I hate comparing it constantly to Hearthstone, but it is one of the best games to kind of show you differences because it's one of the biggest card games out there. But let's go dive into the story. We're going to do the Forgotten Hero still. So, spoilers ahead. I apologize, but...
Good people, by the grace of our liege, Lord Nerefin, I welcome you back to the arena, because nothing unites man and mer like the spectacle of glorious bloodshed.
This is not bringing back happy memories.
It'll be fun, just like old times.
So as you can see there, there's usually a really awesome cutscene. As you can see, this is chapter 15. Compared to the other chapters that I did, there's so many. So as you can see here, there's this, and then there's probably more later on. As you can see there, there's multiple different storylines you could do. So this is just one of them. Obviously, you can pay for the other ones. And then at the end of every like major chapter, you do get a giant chest, which has a lot of really cool stuff. So you had like Act 1, and then this would be Act 3. And then, of course, we had all of our other different storylines, which, if I can go back, as you can see here, we have the Fall of the Dark Brotherhood, and then we have the Clockwork City, which you basically have to pay for these, but these are free, which is super nice. And we'll go ahead and play this real quick. And we're going to use our Warrior deck here. It's the deck that I built, and I really like it, and I kind of know all the cards in it. So we've got an enemy gladiator. He is going to be spawning a bunch of little creatures, and he's going to be trying to hit our face, so he's going to be a very ragey thing. Random items are scattered around the arena, ready for the taking. So this means, basically, with story missions, a lot of times they have like different weird, sort of different rules and things that happen around with it. So with this scenario, I think this is actually a perfect hand. Plunder. So after a creature is summoned here, attach a random item to it.
Now, here we go. Let's grab some weapons off the wall and get to work.
So we're going to break our crystal here, and we're going to summon a good old Gate Warden.
Is mine.
Gets to do 1 damage. Now, one of the things is regenerate. Regenerate heals it back to full life at the beginning of your turn. Super nice card.
Let's give them a good show.
Crowd favorite. Alrighty. Ooh, giving him a nice bonus there. That's pretty nice. Let's see.
Fall back or die.
So we'll do that. We'll summon this guy to give him charge. See what weapon we get.
You want these woods are mine.
Bam. And we'll end our turn there.
Don't come between me and victory.
So there we go. So as you can see, there's really cool stuff you can do here. And then obviously we have this little back lane here that we can put something in probably. So I'll probably let this guy back here.
Let nothing through.
And I'll put it on this guy.
These woods are mine.
Kill that. Making him take a crap ton of damage. Do that. And we'll do rapid shot. So deal 1 damage, draw.
Don't worry.
One of the things I like about this game is there's so many different modes and different achievements and different things you can go for that it really gives it a little bit more flavor. It gives you a lot more things to do compared to most stuff. What did I equip it with? Whenever the wielder attacks, deal 1 damage to all enemy creatures in the lane. Ooh. There we go. And then we'll attack. And we'll attack again. Now, because this guy is red and also yellow, I don't think he has many prophecy cards, but you never know. Oh, wow. He got a really good thing there. Alright, let's see if we can't boost up this charge guy. And we'll do that. There we go. Lower that guy down to nothing pretty much. So as you can see here, we're doing really well, and we have a really cool different thing that was going on. But all the story modes are like this though. They each have like different things and different lanes and different things they usually go about. But usually with the traditional, like you playing against a player, it's usually just normal, and then you have your shadow lane here. So for us, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put yours, boost you up a bit, break that, and then we'll do this.
Who goes there? I live to serve.
And give him plunder, which allows him to get a little bit stronger, which is great for us.
Honor and blood.
And
Only one of us leaves here alive.
Let's give them a good show.
so let's see. You may throw it at a creature and deal 3 damage. Oh, okay.
Bleed for the crowd.
So this is one of my favorite cards. Basically, I get to summon it, and then because I have more life, I get to draw 2 cards. Basically, just insult to injury. And then I'll do that, kill that.
Kill them all. Honor and blood. Honor and blood.
And deal another 3 damage. Alright, and that should be game after that.
Me and victory.
Only one of us leaves here alive. Bleed for the crowd.
And that's game. Now all we gotta do is just punch him in the face, and that's pretty much that.
Ride them down. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
Yeah.
All hail the combatant.
Great. Let's get out of here while they're collecting their winnings.
And as you can see, we leveled up, so we're gonna get a level up reward. So we got a good old card upgrade. So the card upgrade, which is really nice, is basically you get to choose a better card. So this one would give it prophecy, and this one would give deal 2 damage to a friendly minion. But it makes it have 2 extra health. So we're gonna go with the prophecy, because that one's just better. That's for the game, and then we have a card pack, which I will open up a card for you guys. So we'll get out of that, because spoilers, I don't want to spoil too much for the game. The arena one was just one of the best ways to show you guys that. And let's open up this card pack, shall we? See what we get. As you can see, we got a good amount of cards here. Alrighty, everybody. That was Elder Scrolls Legends, though, with the major update that happened recently. So, I hope you guys do enjoy, though. This game is very, very good. I'm enjoying it a lot. Like, a really good amount. It has so much to offer between PvE and PvP. And there's just so much you can do with it, which is so nice and very helpful for a game. And they give you a crap ton of coins and stuff along the way. And a lot of the stuff for logins, like as soon as you log in, while there's like a new card pack, they'll like give you like a 1 or 2 free. It's super nice, and I really appreciate this game and what they've been doing. And I think it needs a little bit more publicity because it's a really truly awesome game. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. Also, be sure to check out the merch in the link down below to help support the channel and helping me obviously make this channel a lot better. We're definitely going to be doing a lot more videos in the future. Be sure to check them out, and I'll see you guys next time.